Hello and welcome back to Fate Stay Night. My name is Dennis, and last time we run back home after confronting Zoken to see what's happening with Sakura. Sakura's there because she's after Ilya to finish off the Grail, but before that she's met with Tosaka and she kinda unloads all of her disdain for Tosaka. Marks show on Sakura's body and she summons Saber and the Shadow Stuff and easily beats Tosaka. Shirou gets home just in time to save Tosaka from Sakura, but she's now a target. Sakura's like, I'll kill you for your own good because that way we can be together. But luckily Ryder's there to protect Shirou because it was her last duty to Sakura. But to break out of this desperate situation, Ilya's like, I'll go with you. There's no point in killing these people. I don't know if you want to, so let's just go. And that's what happens. We wake up the next day at the church where Kotomina's like, you know what, Shirou, I'll help you if you really want me to. And in one ending, they're like, no, we don't want you to. So we head over to Ilya's place and we get murked by Assassin. If we agree, then we go to the mansion together. And well, we get a black key from Kirei, and we talk about like how much we hate each other and how our ideology is different, but we're still working together. But we go to a different perspective. We see Sakura suffering and lashing out in the castle as Zoken and Assassin talk about how they've already won. But there's a very low chance those people will come to the castle. Oh my god, they're at the castle now. So yeah, we're at the castle. So today we're going to hopefully find Ilya and resolve this, well, honestly, to be frank, this complete mess. Hopefully we can stop the Grail from forming and, I don't know, live. So let's head into it. We get through the forest. We're in the circular clearing in the vast sea of trees. The castle I saw through Ilya's eyes tower over the forest, just as I remember. There's no sign of anyone around. It's strange that there's no guards in the castle walls, to say nothing of the castle, but I can't turn back now just because this might be a trap. Even if they know we're here, it would be suicide to go through the front door. I need to do whatever I can to get inside, even if it might not work. The aqueduct? What age are you at? The priest thinks aloud as he gazes up at the castle. He narrows his eyes, seeming to peer through the walls and examines each window carefully. That is true, they think they've already won. Kotomine smirks. Huh? I doubt my ears. This might be the first time I've ever heard him sound so delighted. Oh, time to climb up the building. Really, dude? Really? Why do you have to talk about a wall of ice? Why? Hey, it's the winter right now. The walls might be frozen. Might as well be ice. Kotomine places his hand on the castle wall without waiting for my opinion. Then he just starts climbing it, sticking to the surface like a spider. Dude isn't human. He isn't going very fast, but his descent is sure and steady. Come on, you can handle this, right? Just put it on the ground, man. Why'd I even give this to you? With that, the priest keeps climbing. I drop the sword Kotomine lent me and approach the wall. He must have picked an easier section of the wall to climb. The surface is uneven and I find a place to grab onto. Free climbing is about more than just muscle strength. You need to judge whether your next handle is safe or not, whether a depression is deep enough to support your weight, whether you can use it to make it to the next step. And when climbing a nearly vertical wall, you're basically making it up as you go along. You could be a meter from your destination, but if you can't find your next handholds, you'll have to go all the way back down to the ground and give a new route. Finding your way to the goal, only the experienced climbers will have the skill to consistently scan 2 or 3 steps ahead while scaling a wall. And I'm definitely not experienced, so all I can do is imitate Kotomine. One slight misstep or failure to judge my strength could send me careening to the ground. I love how the word for beginner is Shiroto, but the word Shiro is, and it's like, yeah, you are a beginner. I grumble while I climb. It's a crazy plan, but it's not totally reckless. Normally, you'd only climb walls like these when you're more than halfway to a mountain summit. You know, I was thinking about that. I feel like rock climbing would be very suited to Shirou's magic because his major thing is to trace objects, right? If he puts his hand against the— oh wait, no, that'll probably trigger people like, oh, magic's happening. Shit. But like, his magic allows him to basically see the structure of something. If he puts his hand along the wall, he'll see the structure of the wall, how hard certain things are, where the footholds are. It should be kind of perfect for his magic, right? Though I have to say, I feel like outside of the beginning of the game, we've always kind of forget about his tracing ability, unless it's for like a UBW projecting thing where he says trace on. So far, it's been a very hot minute since we actually traced anything. And climbers need to worry more than just climbing. Just as the deep ocean is an inaccessible abyss to the humans, high altitudes are also sacred grounds that we can't enter. At 6,000 meters above sea level, oxygen becomes critically thin, and untrained climbers can't last more than a few hours. You don't have to say that, you're climbing up 4 stories, dude. They'll suffer from nausea and dizziness, which will progress to cerebral edema before culminating in death. A mountain peak is an airless hell that becomes harsher the higher you go. Plus the extreme cold, even the slightest scratch on frostbitten skin will lead to necrosis. Climbing in such extreme conditions means that you have to worry about your bodily function steadily declining as you ascend. Okay, this is way too much fluff text for something that does not have to be here. Compared to the harrowing ordeal that real climbers face, scaling a castle wall doesn't sound impossible at all. It's still hard. All I can use are the very tips of my of my fingers. I cautiously scout out the thinnest of the lips or crevices that I can use to support my entire body weight. He's asking me to keep up with him. On a climb only an expert could do. Hey, look at that. You don't have to go to the 4th floor anymore. I made the assignment shorter. It's less work, right? Do I look like a lizard to you? How do you get inside? Through the window, you just said. It would have been way easier to climb a tree to get inside, you moron. I break into the castle. I shatter a window and dive through it, all in the same motion. I hang from a wall with both hands and swing my body like a pendulum to bust through the windows with my legs. I roll on the floor onto an extravagant carpet. By the time I swing my legs down, most of my body was already falling. If I'd even been a teeny bit late in kicking the window, I might have kicked off the stone wall instead and have fallen 3 stories on my back. Breaking the glass with my legs and rolling into the shards was dangerous, but I chalked it up to acceptable risk. Hello!
Shirou.
For an instant, all worldly trifles vanished from my mind. Hello, I'm alive, kind of. I even forgot that I'm deep in enemy territory. I recall the events from my backyard. Ilya says farewell to me with such a forced smile.
呆れた。なんで来たの、シロ。もうあなたの出番なんてないのに。まだ無駄な努力をするつもり？
We have a mature Ilya here. Her voice is stony. She's making the same cold expression she did when we first met. I'm used to it. I should be used to seeing her like this, but...
まだわからないの？さくらのことは私に任せればいいの。これは私の役割なんだから。シロはおとなしく家に帰って。
Oh, slap!
後始末が役割なんて言うな。
I lose my patience and slap Ilya's cheek.
シロの無礼者。レディの方を叩くなんて紳士じゃないわ。いくらシロでも私にこんなことするなんて許さないで。
You have to follow up with the hug.
許さないのはこっちだ、バカイレア。男だったらげんこつで殴ってるぞ、この不良娘。
I treat guys and girls differently. Oh man, I kind of forgot. Basically, Shirou from Fate Stay Night. That was like a big thing. I'm not thinking about it. Yeah, it's been a while. My blank mind suddenly flares with irritation, even though I'm happy to see Ilya.
何 よ。私怒られるようなことしてないじゃない。私は自分の役割を果たすためにさくらについていっただけよ。それが一番いい方法なんだから、シロに文句を言う資格なんか。
うるさい。そんなものを知ったことか。いいか、イリアの役割なんて俺は知らない。俺はただ勝手に出て行った不良娘を連れ戻しに来ただけだ。イリアがどんなに強がってどんなに平気なふりをしていても騙されないからだ。イリアが少しでも嫌がっている限り絶対に連れて帰ってやる。
強がってるって何よ。私は嫌だなんて思ってないわ。この体は聖杯として作られた。あいつらのために鍵になるのは尺だけど、それで聖杯の力を使えるようになればさくらだって。
それが強がってるって言うんだ、バカ。いいか、聖杯なんてどうでもいい。イリアはイリアだ。イリアがイリアのままでいたいならそんなことはほっぽっといていいんだ。
Oh my god, I can see where this is
自分
going.
以外の何かのために自分を犠牲になんてするな。
She's about to whip out the Nico Ramen and go like, I want to live, live, live. I look away. Ilya bites her lip for a second.
それはシロだって。
She whispers something I didn't quite hear.
いいわ。仮に私が嫌がってるとしても、それがどうだっていうの。私たちじゃさくらには勝てないし逃げられない。私をこの城から連れ出すことは不可能よ。だから条件も好きにさせている。シロだけならまだ見逃してもらえるけど、私と一緒じゃ絶対に森からは出られないわ。
Her scarlet eyes urge me to leave. Well, look at all these choices. So looking at the flowchart, this actually does lead to 3 different choices, but they're all the same fucking choice. If I do this,
それでも連れて帰る。俺は一人で帰る気はないからな。
will it actually, at least to the top one? Alright. There's nothing to consider. Right now, this is the only choice that exists. I'm wondering if like all of them will actually be the same choice. Ilya doesn't say anything. She gazes at me with an absent expression. I take her defenseless hand.
行くぞイリア。
Let's go!
見つかる前に家に帰ろう。
I pull her close and start walking. She's small and terribly light.
呆れた。
Aww.
シロには何を言っても無駄ね。
She's like, aww. Ilya doesn't resist, tottering along with me.
本当にこんなのうまくいくはずないのに。
We're all gonna fucking die. She happily clasped my hand in return.
何を悠長にやっている。
Sorry, I had to roll the persuasion check. And then, Kotomie jumps through the broken window, his coat fluttering.
琴峰。
Ilya lets go of my hand and squares off against Kotomine. Actually, is it? Oh! Oh! Okay. I'm gonna go back just to check out like the other options. But I do remember this scene from the opening. The Heavens Feel route opening. But I'll be back. I won't bring Ilya home. I'll bring Ilya home.
それでも連れて帰る。
Okay, there's nothing to consider right now.
一
Yeah,
人で
yeah,
帰
it's
る
the
気は
same
ないから
thing.
な。
何を悠長にやっている。
Okay, so this scene starts when Kotomine enters the room. But yeah, that's the same thing. And one last time, for completion's sake,
それでも
I'll
連れて
take
帰
you
る。
home, blah, blah, blah. You don't have a choice to say this.
行くぞイリ
Haha.
ア。
はずな。
Dude, hurry the fuck up. Kotomine. Ilya lets go of my hand and squares off against Kotomine.
またイリア。そいつは味方だ。今回だけ協力することになった。即興の味方なんだ。
Yeah, I kind of woke up at the church.
嘘。シロったらこんなやつと手を組んだの。ダメよシロ。こいつは。
無駄話は後だ。追いつかれる前に外に出るぞ。
Oh, trust me, I know what I'm dealing with, and if I don't team up with him, I'll fucking die. So let's see what happens. Kotomine moves in a flash. Before I can react, he scoops up Ilya in his arms and dives out the window. What?
Ilya!
Wait a second. I panic and run to the window. To the window! Kotomine just landed on the ground. As soon as he touches down, Ilya widely waves her arms and slaps him across the face. It's a pleasant sound that I can hear from up here.
感心してる場合じゃない。要するに飛び降りろってことかよ。
He was like, Yeah, he just slapped Kotomine, and man, I loved it. It's a pleasant sound. There's no time to doubt myself. If I can pull off the landing, I'll survive somehow. Time to trace on. I charge my legs with as much magical energy as I can manage. I can't magically strengthen my own body, but it should lessen the impact. Whoa, shit! Oh, good. Tuck and roll. Nope, bad idea! Even in times like these, look at the goof hoop music. I jump from over 20 meters high and drop into a roll when I land. Oh my god. Oh shit. That's so scary. 20-meter drop. 3 stories doesn't sound like much until you consider how tall this castle is. It would have been easily 8 stories in a Japanese apartment building. Yeah. Damn it, my legs are too numb to stand up. Luckily, I land on the grass. If this had been asphalt, my bones would have broken out of my legs, and then I wouldn't be able to get out of here. No time.
あの高さから何の魔術講師もなしに落下とは恐れ入る。やけか?
Isn't that what you were telling me to do? Both of them are staring at me. Elia, sorry, Kotomina's words made earlier for making me forget about my numb legs.
叫んな。お前が飛び降りたからああするしかなかったんだよ。俺だってこんなのは二度とごめんだ。普通足。だ
が5体満足ではないか。文句を言われる筋合いはないが。しかし確かに驚きだ。よくあの高さから飛び降りようなどと思えたな。
And here I was trying to abandon you, actually.
いかに魔術師とはいえ、魔術講師なしで飛び降りようとは思うまい。
I mean, they left me behind. I couldn't let Kotomine show me up after he jumped out there with Ilya.
シロのせいじゃないわ。シロは体だけじゃなくて心まであーちゃんの影響を受けているのよ。だから体だって丈夫になってるし、あの高さなら降りられるってあーちゃんと同じように思っちゃったのよ。
Yeah, the memory of Archer stick the landing for me really stuck in his head.
イリア、今のどういう？
なるほど。それは頼もしい。戦闘面でその強気を発揮してくれ。
Yeah, we're really chilling now.
そら、お前の剣だ。
He tossed me the weapon I left behind when I started climbing. Whoa.
走れるな。ここからは命がけだぞ。
Kotomine says that we don't have time to stand around talking and makes for the castle gate. Then, as if issuing a challenge. Oh, there we go, I voice acted for you. A different sound shakes the wintry castle.
やっぱりまだこの世に留めてたのね、さくら。
It's unmistakably the roar of a predator. It signals that of a beast is on its hunt. It is a death sentence handed down to the lost prisoners by the kind and merciless lord of this castle. Run, run, run! My mind switches over to battle mode. Berserker, he said. Name invokes an image of a threat that still threatens me. It squeezes the calm out of every last cell of my body.
聞くぞ。戦ってどうにかなる相手ではない。追いつかれれば殺されるだけだ。
Kotomine runs ahead to the gate.
振り返るな、イリア。諦めろ。まさかは以前とは違う。
I take Ilya's hand and start running. I can't afford to save my stamina anymore. If that mad warrior is the one pursuing us, then the only way to survive is to run as fast as we can for the 3 hours it takes to reach the edge of the forest. Go, 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 woo! My breath catches in my throat. We're being overtaken by a darkness I can't ignore no matter where I look. Ugh! We run through the forest. I can't see anyone behind us yet. All I hear is the wind gusting by. Our pursuer is a titanic beast, not a hound. While we have to dodge between the trunks and branches, it closes in on us while tearing apart everything in its path. You'd think that we were being chased by a giant drilling rig, burrowing its way through the forest. The jet black wall slowly accelerates, threatening to close in around us. Come on, man, can you use magic or something? I slow my pace to match Ilya's. This is bad. The hostile wall is about as fast as me. If I have to run while carrying Ilya, it'll definitely catch up to us within a minute.
まだ追いつかれたわけじゃない。背中に乗れ。イリア一人ならどうってことない。
バカ、どうってことある。そんなことしたらすぐに追いつかれるってわかるもん。
What should I do? Should I keep running with Ilya, or let the dude do it? Or should I fight that monster? I couldn't even defend myself against Assassin. Could I possibly go toe to toe with that monster, the strongest servant, with nothing more than a borrowed thin sword? Ah, fuck! I can't. Stop. Give me a break. There's absolutely nothing I can do to beat that monster. If I stop him dead, I'll be killed for sure. If I face that monster, it'll chop my feeble body in half. I'll stomp my still conscious torso to smithereens like an industrial grinder. Yup. Ilya and I turn around. We don't have time to stay surprised. Kotomine comes all the way back to us and picks Ilya up in his arms without further ado. Yeah. Look at this stud. I've never seen Ilya's hair that way, so that really threw me off for a second. Is that the, yep, that's the, this is the scene that we saw in the opening where it goes like, I forgot what part of the song, it's about the middle part, but we do see this scene, I think, if memory serves, and this isn't spoilers because it was literally shown in that opening, those two are gonna be chased by Assassin, and he's gonna like either dodge or throw some of the knives or dirks or black keys. That's all I really remember. He's fast. Kotomine must be in great shape. With his height, he should be easily able to run while carrying Ilya. We're in the middle of a forest. With both arms occupied by his charge, he navigates the uneven terrain and thick trees without slowing down at all. He's just built different. I run after him as fast as I can and keep up with him. Unshackled, I run next to Kotomine, who's carrying Ilya. I managed to cover 100 meters in 7 seconds in this forest that's so easily to trip on. My heart beats at a rapid cadence. Something's wrong. I'm running too fast. No human can run through the forest at nearly 50 kilometers per hour, but Kira is doing it while carrying someone. My legs throb. My wrapped left arm feels odd, like it's swollen. This must be what Ilya was talking about. Archer's physical functions are slowly taking over Shirou Emiya, not just his combat experience. Yeah, I was thinking they just mentioned that, so like Shirou is slowly turning to Archer. It's a radically potent muscle-enhancing drug. The poison is injected into my body, giving me the powers beyond my own. That's good. Even if it's like shaking a Geiger counter to try and make it not detect the radiation leak, I appreciate it right now. But not Kotomine. He's not showing any sign of magical energy output or magecraft usage. It's hard to believe, but he's sprinting while carrying Ilya without the aid of any magecraft at all. Just built different, bitch.
お前ほどではない。それより気がついたか。この速度を保てば逃げ切れるぞ。何しろあれは目が見えぬようだからな。
I was thinking like, damn, we're outrunning a servant? Shit.
目が見えないって追っての？
そうとしか思えん。速度ではあちらの方が上だ。森の木々などバーサーカには小石程度の足止めにしかならん。にもかかわらず追いつかれないのは。
Kotomine explains calmly. It bothers me that he can just look so bored while talking about something that should have us jumping for joy, but that means... His voice drips with hostility. Before I understand what he means... Yep! My left arm twitches. Oh shit, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. And Assassin's mask is different in the CG. Here he looks like his proportions are a lot more normal. It looks like he's wearing a mask covering his entire face instead of like his usual like top part of the face. I see a white skull. Like a rapid slideshow, Assassin flits in and out of the trees on a path parallel to ours, seemingly mocking our escape. By the time I notice it, it's too late. Assassin makes a subtle wave of his arm as he slips in and out of the trees at high speeds and... someone blocks the attack before it can skewer me between the eyes. I gasp. Only one person could have done that. Kotomine deflected a throw that I couldn't even see, all while carrying Ilya. Kotomine slows his speed. The priest frowns with displeasure, watching the dark killer keeping pace with us. Damn, he's like, people can't fight servants, my ass.
これで
Oh
も侵食
shit!
だ。悪霊払いは慣れている。
He's calling him a demon. Kotomiya stops and lets Ilya down.
あんた本気か。
Ilya's bewildered. I take her hand and I pull her close. At the same time, 3 daggers fly at us like bullets.
コトミネ
No problemo!
鋭いが実直すぎる。アサシンを名乗るにしては読みやすい立ち筋だ。
Dude, I should be an assassin. They didn't make me assassin when they added me to FGO. I'm having trouble believing it, to be honest. Assassin let let fly 3 flashes of lightning, and the priest parried them without breaking a sweat. Yeah, there's the scene in the intro. What? Run! Berserker! Damn, that was a close one. He'll definitely catch up when we get stalled here. I can't stop now. I need to take Ilya and get out of here.
いいんだな。行くぞコトミネ。
そう言っている。こちらの心配は無用だ。
I pick Ilya up. I can't go as fast as Kotomine, but this should be faster than holding her hand while running. Alright, time to run again. I leave the priest behind. The dark roars are on the other side of the forest. It's wreaking destruction in an all seemingly wild pattern to smoke us out, but it's closing in on us all the same. I don't have anything to say to Kotomine. The best answer I can give now is to turn my back on him and run with all my might. But right before I leave,
エミヤ、助けた者が女ならば殺す。目の前で死なれるのはなかなかに答える。
the priest says something oddly self-deprecating and human.
余
Dang.
分な忠告だ。急げ。バーサーカーだけならば逃げ切れよう。後の戦いはお前次第だ。エミヤしろ。
I nod and start running. 2 shadows shrink into the distance. When I look back one last time, his back is so far away. I have an ominous feeling. I don't think we'll see each other alive ever again. Dang, he's gonna try solo assassin. This does make me— oh, we get an interlude. Dang. 15-2, Heaven's Feel. Oh wait, what part are we here? Oh shit, okay, yeah, that's a spoiler. That's what someone looks like. As an aside, it is a misconception to say that a priest's duty is exorcism. Priests deliver the word of God. They do not drive out demons. Their God is one and absolute, resides in all, and is the greatest of all. He is the Holy Spirit who created a perfect world. He would never allow any evil to corrupt his children and dirty his creations. But some evils are tenacious in their corruption of man and tainting of the earth. There are things which should not exist, profaning this world. They reconcile the seemingly contradiction thus. Even the demons which threaten man are necessary pieces of the world the Lord created. They're the creatures worthy of his love. According to this dogma, every demon will serve the will of the heavens. Serve the will of its heart. If the divine cultivates a man's goodness, then the demonic forges the man's evil nature. They both serve heaven's will. A priest who preaches the Lord's word has no authority to destroy demons. And yet, to reiterate, some demons are particularly tenacious in the corruption of man and tainting of the earth. They wreak ghastly tragedies beyond human comprehension. In time, his children mistook heavenly design for powerlessness. They sought miracles from the Lord to stop the evils they could not understand. Thus, exceptions were created. Human apostles who did not preach the Lord's words, but instead execute his will. Trials originally meant to be witnessed. Heresies originally meant to be denied. Those who received the 8th sacrament, which originally did not exist. The 120 cardinals ordered the creation of the executors, the destroyers of evil. They drive out evil, eliminate that which does not exist in the Lord's gospel. Those who hunt the faithless are themselves unbound by faith. One could conclude that they are permitted to be immoral. They are charged to protect only one thing, the name of the Lord Almighty. For that cause, they even destroy the evils he created. That is the only thing they have in common with exorcists.
大公社か。連中はこぞって鳩のごとき軽薄さ、蛇のごとき移り身を習わせるというが。なるほど。貴様もその例に漏れぬらしい。
The white mask sneers. Kirei Kotomine does not answer. He checks his weapon. He has 5 black keys of confession for each hand, and his left arm contains several unused command spells from the previous war. He is more than well armed against lesser spirits, but he lacks the firepower to fully defeat a servant, even if all his blades were to strike true. Assassin is still a heroic spirit, albeit a nameless one. It'd be impossible to defeat him without the scriptures carried by a select few executors.
どうした？見れば貴様のそれも投擲するもの。ここで私と一勝負興じてみるか。
The priest does not move. He listens keenly to the sound of the forest while watching the skull lurking between the trees. The rustling of leaves, the breathing beneath the mask, the rippling of flesh, and the fading footsteps of the maid warrior.
やはりあちらに行ったか。的尾さくらとはうまくいっていないようだな。マキリ造形。
Damn, you know it. He makes an observation, his eyes fixed on the skull.
そうか。わしの気配に気づいておったが、綺麗。そこまで分かっていながら足を止めるとは何事じゃ。以前のお主ならば小僧を蒔絵にしても逃げ切ろう。だというのに自らおとりになるなどらしからぬ善行。よもや情にほだされたなどということはあるまいな。
Kira's like, the fuck is compassion, man? His laughter echoes through the forest. The white skull sways slightly. The priest doesn't even twitch an eyebrow.
何？エミやシロを助けたつもりはない。
I don't give a shit about him.
単にこちらに用があっただけだ。
Kotomine speaks to the invisible mage without even showing his bloodlust.
わしに用があったと？
無論だ。どの道、私もエミヤも森からは
Well,
出られま
we're
い。
gonna fucking die.
ならば、死ぬ前に斧が目的のために手を打つのは当然だろう。
では、イリアスフィールがどうなろうと構わぬというのか。あれを救うために来たのであろうが。
構わんさ。ここでアサシンを倒し、エミやシロを助けに行ったところで間に合わん。エミやシロがあの娘を救おうと救うまいと。
Damn, he's like, I can beat assassin, no problem. His left hand holds 3 black keys. The priest watches the skull in front of him, holding the swords into a fan shape.
では、わざわざこの場に残ったのは。
なあ、私のすべきことは、イリアスフィールをお前に渡さぬことか。
Bloodlust disappears. The white mask camouflaged himself amongst the trees and completely vanished from sight.
ここで、お前を殺しておくことのどちら。
Yeah, he's like, I want the grail to be born, but I don't want you to use it, piece of shit. What? Blades streak through the air. The priest's thrusts clash against the assassin's thrown dagger.
そうか、そのために死にに来たか。よかろう、綺麗、腐れ縁者。教会の外れ者はどこまで戦うか見届けて死んでようぞ。
I knew that these two people knew of each other, but I don't actually remember if they met up in the last Holy Grail. No, there is at least one scene where they met each other in Fate Zero. His cackling rings through the forest. Knowing he can't win, the clergyman who only drives out evil faces down the Malak al-Maut, whom the old mage controls. Oh shit. Oh, okay. So, Kirei versus Assassin and Zolkin is actually a fight that I do remember from the movie. That was pretty cool, and I wish that I could see more of it. But for now... Oh wait, actually, that's weird. Oh, okay, so that interlude was part of this. I was like, that scene didn't show up yet. I run through the forest carrying Ilya. I can't look back. The second I do, I'll be too conscious of the giant black wall and lose hope. I can't afford to do that. If my spirit dulls even for a bit, it'll catch up. It'll catch me and Ilya and kill us. My legs feel like they're gonna fall off. No matter how light Ilya is, you can't run while carrying someone without slowing down. To make things worse, the terrain is perilous, and I risk falling over with every step. Faster, 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 faster. I need to go faster than I am now, or I'll catch us. The presence behind me closes in with each passing second. I need to stop this lazy jog. I need to run faster, fast like Kotomine. I need to take Ilya out of here. Ugh, my heart's gonna burst. It's tight, I can't breathe. My legs, muscles tear, and I cry out in pain, as if my bones are going to burst out of my thighs. It's suffocating. How long have I been running? Having left Kotomine behind, I've been running like there's no tomorrow through the forest with Ilya in my arms. I've already run over 5 kilometers. Maybe double that. My oxygen-deprived brain isn't sure. I've just been running as fast as I can, never letting my pace drop. Oh my god, he's still behind me, isn't he? Fuck! He's even more behind me, but I can't get away. I've been running so hard that I feel like my heart muscles will cramp, but the presence behind me grows larger and larger. Ilya's heavy. The oxygen is heavy. My legs are heavy. Death is heavy. Before he was like, Ilya's not that light. Oh my gosh, he's heavy now. I'll die if it catches up. The incomprehensible terror of getting instantly killed hounds me from the behind. I click my flagging mind into gear. Run. Don't think. Just run. Well, so what if my legs fall off? There's no point in worrying. I can think about that once it happens. I just need to head for the exit as fast as I can. Fuel your chest with gasoline. Turn the key to the engine and keep it from trying to stop. Stay in top gear and throw the brakes out. He's like, in front of you. Run, run, run. Run to stave off the anxiety closing in from behind. Run to ignore the terror in my heels. Run to wipe out this pathetic whining. Shut up. Stop screaming in my ear. My own breathing is enough to rupture my eardrum, so I definitely don't have time to listen to you. Oh shit. Huh. Ilya shouts into my chest. Her full-throated scream makes my body react without a second thought. I stop. I dig my heels into the ground to halt my momentum and set Ilya down. Begin. I ready the black key sword I had my wrist and a waist and manifest my magic circuit at 200 miles per hour. Synchronization! And nothing comes to mind. Basic structure analyze, composition analyze, basic structure alter, composition to reinforce. Without even thinking about it, I complete a single count incantation in an instant. I use both hand and every ounce of strength to resist the attack. The whirlwind comes from the side. Our pursuer charges in from our flank, scattering trees in his wake. Oh god! My body sent flying, pulverized by a single strike. The sword that I strengthened with all my might be diamond hard as it is crushed like hot toffee. Might be too diamond hard is crushed. Okay, yeah. The shocking impact is transmitted from my arm to my whole body, rattling me from brain to toes. Whew, I'm flying. I put everything I had into that attack and I got overwhelmed. I can't fight it. I can't fight it at all. Shirou Emiya can't even slow that monster down. My body is floating in the air. No, it's soaring. It's just like a thrown javelin. His attack bats me through the air, sending me dozens of meters away. It might even send me back to the castle. That's how hopeless a gap in our strength is. How bleak our chances of escape are. Time pauses. I keep sailing through the air. I'll probably die once I fall. Just when I'm about to accept that this vast power difference is my inevitable fate. Oh, I see Ilya. I see Ilya, stunned and crying in front of the dark enemy. I reflexively reach out my hand. I manage to grab a tree trunk and put the end to my endless flight. Not so endless, is it? The impact is like a hammer on my back. My nearly bursting heart swells and shrieks in agony. I can only take one breath. Even though I don't have enough oxygen, that single breath threatens to I thought I said poop. Pop me like a balloon. But I can still move. If I have 1 minute to breathe, I can run. I muster all my magic circuits to drive my body. Ilya looks like she's been entranced by the dark foe. In her shock, she keeps whimpering in denial at the charged thing before her. Oh my god, there we go. She's fixated on the dark enemy's identity. Yeah, Berserker's got that nasty shadow shit. Kotomiya says he can't see. He was right, but not right. The servant has no eyes, nose, or mouth anymore. Its gleaming red eye socket gives off only bloodlust. I guess, I mean, it technically does have an eye, but I guess it's just not functioning as one because it's like shadow weird stuff. Its entire body is corroded by black mud, and the wound that Saber inflicted is still there. Is it? Like, it's hard to tell with all the scribbles now. It's something different now. Swallowed by the shadow, it's now a monster whose only purpose is destruction. It can't see what it's chasing. The Dark Berserker's eyeballs don't see Ilya, never mind me. It roars and raises its axe sword over the creature in front of it. Alright. Oh, interlude. Oh, probably back to Kirei. 15-3. Heaven's Feel. Alright, we're getting 2 battles at the same time. Ooh. I'm gonna... Oh, we're here. I'm gonna not look at the flowchart just because I don't want to accidentally spoil myself since that happened like 10 minutes ago. The priest faces his final moments. Okay, Assassin's a little bit stronger than I thought. Fuck me! Kirei Kotomini leans against a wall, staring at the blurry skull in front of him. His vestments are battered and torn. His breathing is labored and he's down to his last 3 black keys. He's like, okay, yeah, fuck me.
これで詰めかの。サーバントを向こうによく持ったと褒めるべきか。
The old man's chuckle echoes overhead. Assassin is silent, unlike his talkative master. To him, combat is work. The jerks he aims at his target's vitals are almost meant to gauge his prey's strength. One, the prey defends against the first dagger that tells him its mobility. The second dagger reveals its mindset. He maintains a distance of 7 meters. The killer keeps his target at a distance where only thrown weapons are effective in order to measure its abilities. If he can't slay it in one blow, then he chases it with a position to a position where it's possible. He cripples its limbs, wears out its stamina, and drives it to the point of heart failure. To Assassin, his daggers are merely steps to ensure a certain death. He uses the daggers to measure his prey's strength and forces it into a prime opportunity for a kill, and then finishes it off with his devil's arm. It is his work, and a lifestyle that brings him no pleasure. While the work is dull, the priest proves to be an unexpectedly intriguing mark. He has already used over 20 daggers. The daggers were thrown to gauge his opponent's strength, but every strike was lethal. The priest broke out of the forest while fending off against his attack, arriving at these ruins. Assassin had dismissed him as a mere mortal, but the priest's skills are worthy of admiration. But this is the end. The priest has no more strength left to run. His back is turned to a wall, and all he can do is watch Assassin. He has 3 black keys still concealed. Assassin dodged all 7 of the black keys he threw like bullets, and the weapons vanished into the woods. Ah, shit. I shouldn't have given one of these to that Emiya brat. Fuck me. The skull shakes. An assassin throws daggers without making any visible motions. He targets the forehead, pancreas, and diaphragm. Simultaneously, the priest defends against the unleashed lightning with the black keys in his hand. It's a foregone conclusion. A throwing technique which, once unleashed, is certain to spell victory. 3 vital points are a feint. Once Kirei Kotomine parries the daggers, his fate was sealed. A wing fluttered open. Assassin's long cursed arm unfolds like a one-winged spear. Oh wait, spear, not angel. It's an unavoidable attack. Assassin knows the priest's movements. He has a firm understanding of his tired, bloody prey's ability. Thus, it is inevitable. The priest may have avoided getting killed by the Dirks, but his life ends there. Even if he had some sort of strength in reserve, the priest's body cannot keep up with his thoughts. The 3 daggers he parried left him no choice but to jump to the side. He has no way to escape. I skipped something by accident. He has no way to escape this arm from 4 meters away. Vibe check. The devil's arm extends. The priest shows no fear. He was prepared for this. He anticipated everything. The feint, the attack from the cursed arm as he defended himself, and the lack of any avenue of escape. Yes, this outcome was inevitable, no matter how much he struggled. That is why... Hear me. His last resort to sacrifice himself in a simultaneous strike. The skull chuckles. In reaching for the priest's heart, the devil's arm crosses paths with the black keys. That is not a problem. Only Assassin's arm took any damage. You learn that the black keys can still strike him even at this range. But too bad for the priest. Even if they are imbued with magical effects, his black keys cannot defeat Assassin. The 3 thin swords will probably pierce Assassin and nail him to the tree behind him. But that's all. While the priest celebrates the fact that he finally wounded Assassin, he will die when Assassin crushes his heart. Assassin's arm finishes its work first. His noble phantasm, Zabaniya, positively touches the priest's chest and creates a false heart. But doesn't feel like it worked. The man's heart is empty. It doesn't react. What? Suddenly, an explosive impact rattles him. The 3 black keys slams Assassin into a tree and nails his cloak to it. He will not. He is astonished for 2 reasons. First, the black keys have stopped him from moving. And second,
バカな、なぜ死なぬ綺麗
I love this part because, like, when you understand, I know it's revealed in the Fate route, but even in Fate Zero, once you understand the fact that Kirei doesn't have a heart, it's like a giant fuck you to Assassin. The priest's cloak flutters. He jumps. It's a completely high jump, like a human cannonball. Woohoo! He stored his strength until he let it all out, performing a superhuman feat that instantly reduces 10 meters to 0. High above the lush trees, his hands close around the head of Zolkin Mato, who had been enjoying the would-be execution.
アサシン、何をしておるか
That much is obvious. His bodyguard had been pinned to a tree by the 3 black keys. While they only inflicted flesh wounds on Assassin, the blessed stakes also make it impossible for him to rescue the old man.
私が殺す、私が生かす、私が傷つけ、私が癒す。我が手を逃れうる者は一人もいない。我が目の届かぬ者は一人もいない。
Why did he challenge an enemy that he knows he can't beat? Was this always his objective from the beginning?
お己、貴様、貴様
黙っている。舌を
Sorry, you don't want this to make it even harder on yourself, do you? The priest takes hold of the old man's head and slams it into the ground.
打ち砕かれよ。破れた者、老いた者を私が招く。私に委ね、私に学び、私に従え。休息を、歌を忘れず、祈りを忘れず、私を忘れず。私は軽く、あらゆる重みを忘れさせる。
He thought the exorcism was for Assassin, but no, it's for Zoken, this evil spirit. He is merciless. Kotomine slams the old mage's body into the ground, crushing his bone, and then he smashes the skull against the wall.
そうか、わしを殺すか。よかろう。好きにするがいい。だがそれで何が変わる？お前の望みが叶うとでも思うておるのか。
装うなかれ。許しには報復を、信頼には裏切りを、希望には絶望を、光ある者には闇を、生ある者には暗い死を。
He walks, marking the wall with a trail of the old man's blood.
なんと救いようのない男よ。未だ人並みの幸福とやらを求めているのか。そのようなもの、お主には絶対にないと理解したのではなかったか。
Kotomine grinds a mirror of flesh and blood into the walls. All that's left is the old mage's body and his head. Bit by bit it is filed away. Less than half of his head remains. As his brains are squished into paste, the old mage cackles one last time.
休息は私の手に。あなたの罪に油を注ぎ、印を記そう。
I mean, the thing is, like, Zoken we've already seen can be, like, quote-unquote killed or sliced into pieces, but he's still alive. But maybe exorcism can do something.
許しはここに。受肉した私が誓う。
そう、お前には永遠にない。綺麗よ。主は生まれながらの欠陥者に過ぎん。この世の道理に溶け込めぬまま、生還者であり続けるがよい。
キリエ、エレイソン。
Lord have mercy on his soul. I don't know what that symbol is, but May the power of God and anime be behind you. The cackling fades. A weight and a shape imperceptible to the human eye fades into nothingness. Baptism rites. The church fixes scripture, the words of their God, into a system. Within that Magecraft foundation, baptism rites are said to be the most powerful tool against spirits. When souls are cut off from their bodies, becoming lost and crazed, these keys of providence return them to the void. The 500-year-old mage's flawed convictions are sublimated into a final act of mercy. Dang. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I see that moment with Assassin versus Kirei, it just fucking gets me. And back to Shirou gonna die. Time is stopped. The world! Well, he still has his teeth. They're pretty gnarly. Ilya screams a plea, but the giant doesn't know who she is. He swings his great sword down at her. Oh god. I run. I was thrown that back about 10 meters. But I can cross that in an instant. I know I'll make it if I run. In the span of a single breath, a narcotic blood propellant will propel my body like a jet stream. My thoughts will blaze like lightning. Whoosh! I take a step forward. My body feels light. I can feel time stop. I can make it. I know I'll make it, but once I do... The black key had no effect. I had no effect. That's why... I rummaged through my armory, searching for something to make. Something that can beat him. Something that's strong enough to stop him here. I mean, he's got Excalibur, right? How obvious. It can only be the great sword he's holding. Whoa! Ah! I blocked it. I bridge the weapon as if it comes naturally to me and take the giant's axe sword head on. Ah! It's cracked. Fissures from the form in the axe sword I projected. At the same time. Ah! The feedback from using something I shouldn't have used nearly kills me. Oh, fuck me. Oh. I'm thrown through the air. I stopped him one time, but what about the second one? The axe sword shatters against the giant's second attack, and my body tumbles along the ground like a piece of trash. Ah! Fading. My mind is fading. Ah! I can't think. I try to collect my scattered self, but I can't think. My left arm revolts against me. My blood overflows. The mere act of projection, even though my left arm is still bound, halves my IQ, and I feel an awful chill that tells me there's no going back. That terrible premonition will turn out to be true. The first things I will lose will be the most precious to me. A tempest rages around me. I'm bathed in blinding light. I can't see. I can't find it. I've lost sight of it amidst the pain. I'm looking for it, but I can't find it. My ego becomes a grain of sand in the desert, never to be found by anyone ever again. And I'm thirsty, 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 thirsty. Ah. Who am I? What? Who's Shirou? Ilya's here. I'm on the ground. The dark giant is about 10 meters away. Its red eyes dazzle as if searching for my thrown body. See, he has eyes. I return to my senses. There's no time to be taking a dirt nap. My body can still move. My only injuries are scratches from tree branches, and I'm only bleeding lightly. I'm kind of curious. So right now, if we go to Berserker, Master, honestly, it should actually be like Saber with Sakura Mato, but I guess maybe it'll update later. But my lungs feel tight. I gasp for air, trying to oxygenate. That is not a word I've ever seen. But I guess that, yeah, sure, oxygenate my exhausted body. That's all. What's more important are my insides. I don't want to know what they look like, but I can still fight. I grab Ilya's hand and start running. Even if I'm not injured, I still need to catch my breath. I need to at least get out of his reach for a minute so I can compose myself. However... Yeah, I'm fucking dying, but we're gonna die faster if we don't leave! Ilya resists my pull. Something's wrong. Berserker is behind Ilya, trying to pinpoint where we are. I can't think straight due to the lack of oxygen, and I can't figure out why Ilya asked me that question. Ilya looks gloomily. My head won't work, so I just get angry instead. I pull Ilya's arm. She's so small, but she's trying to help me. It feels so terribly precious.
まだ間に合うからシロ一人で逃げて。
She hammers her little fist into my head. I ignore it.
黙ってろ。んなことできたらな。そもそもこんなところに来てないんだよ。
I hug Ilya tight. Her eyes ask me why. Tell me why. What a dumb question. It doesn't matter why.
理由なんてあるか。俺は勝手にイリアを守るだけだ。いいか、兄貴はな、妹を守るもんなんだよ。
バカじゃないの。私はシロの妹なんかじゃないもん。
I'm your older sister.
いいんだよ。一度でもお兄ちゃんなんて呼ばれたら兄貴は兄貴だ。たとえ血が繋がってなくてもイリアは俺の妹だろ。
シロ。
The dark giant turns this way.
走れ、来るぞ。
I can think later. Right now, I need to put as much distance between us as possible. It's a little strange. The speed with which Shirou Emiya runs with Ilya now far surpasses what she knows he's physically capable of doing. Oh shit! They come to a familiar clearing. Oh, this is where Berserker got fucking nuked by Saber Alter. So in this case, technically this would be a Berserker Alter, because it's also a version of them corrupted by maybe. The choking, ragged breath belongs to Ilya. Actually, why does Berserker look the way he does while Saber looks the way she does? Saber, she got her armor became black and she got yellow eyes. Well, Berserker, he's just kind of like he turns red and he has like black stuff oozing. Like the lines where his muscles would have been are now just black. I don't feel out of breath at all. Maybe my body's got numb. It feels hard because I lack oxygen, but it's like I'm not even breathing. Like I'm a dead man. My heart's been on a complete strike for a while now. Ilya's fingers feel scarily hot while they grip mine. She's never had the physical strength to keep running like this. Her creators never thought she'd have to engage in physical exercise like other humans while they're designing her. I have a headache. Knowledge I don't know is entering my brain. They're distractions. We need to get away from here. The giant's closing in on us even though its intellect and senses are sealed. For a while, it seems to go in the wrong direction, but I don't like how fast it's getting. My legs are shaking, and I calmly judge that I won't be able to move more than 10 more meters. Ilya can't run anymore either. We could try to hide, but there's no cover around here to conceal us. Naturally, it wouldn't do a lick of good to hide from a berserker that can't see to begin with. We can count one small blessing. There's a crevice in the clearing that widens into a ditch. It's a scar that Saber's noble phantasm left on the ground.
Ilya,
They take Ilya and jump into the ditch. The trench is easily wide enough for two. Thank you, Excalibur Vivian, or Morgan, or whatever. I rest my back against the bare earth. I look up at the sky, catching my breath. The sky looks small and cut off from us, and it's like we're underground. I take deep breaths. I use this short pause to rest and calm my frayed mind. But our repose only lasts for a moment. The giant won't lose us. No matter where we run, it'll track us down and capture us and slaughter us. The girl next to me is curled up, trying to keep her voice down. Ilya stifles her voice and hugs herself, trying not to burden me. We're at the end of the line. We can't run anymore. I can't keep it in check. I look at the red shroud around my left arm. Our one way out has been waiting for me to unlock it. Oh my god. I'll die. Kotomi said that it's the fuse on a time bomb. I'm reminded of my earlier pain. A single projection almost shattered me. I can't imagine how agonizing it would be once I unwrap this arm. The trigger is always in my mind. If I reach for the shroud, it's no different from putting on the muzzle of a gun in my mouth and pulling the trigger. The hammer will fall if I unwrap this shroud. My brain will be blown out to the back of my skull and everything will end. Oh my god. Make up your damn mind. I've always known the answer. I'll bring Ilya back and save Sakura. I know what that means. If I keep protecting Ilya, defeat that alien shadow, and tear Sakura away from it. Oh sorry, that's what he's gonna do. That's the impossible miracle I've wished for. Even now, I desire that outcome with every fiber of my being. I know it's a dream, an ideal that will never come true, but I've never even considered giving up on it. So, I have to go. I'll save Sakura and help Ilya. I can't do it. Sakura's dying and her path contains nothing but destruction. Someone told me that it would take a miracle to save her. That's right. Salvation that humans can't achieve. To acquire a miracle you can't achieve on your own, you have to pay an appropriate price. You can't protect yourself while saving someone else. What if the only way to rescue Sakura from her path to ruin is to have someone else trade places with her? The earth trembles. A living tempest is charging towards us.
あいつを倒してみたい。
I'd win, Ilya. She realizes that I'm holding my left arm with my right hand.
ダメ、それだけはダメ。あーちゃんの腕を使ったら戻れなくなる。死ぬのよ。いいえ、死ぬ前に殺されるわ。シロウが何も悪いことをしてないシロウがそこまでする必要ない。
Well, if I don't do this, we're gonna die anyway, so let's die with a bang.
それは
At the bang of a gun.
死にそうになってもなんとか我慢するからイリアは心配した。まあ、あと一つ訂正。俺だって悪いことぐらいしてきたぞ。じゃあ言ってくれ。
I've done one terrible thing. What is a terrible
イリアはここ
thing?
で待っててくれ。
Is he admitting that wanting to save Sakura is terrible, but he doesn't care? With my right hand, I give Ilya a light pat on the head and walk along the trench. I leave Ilya. I lure Berserker away and fight him head on. I need to make sure that we're far enough away that Ilya doesn't get involved. I touch the knot securing the holy shroud onto my left shoulder. It's tied tightly around my wrist, so I have to undo it from the shoulder. Once it's untied, I can tear the rest of it off. When I do, the pain I'll feel will be dozens of times worse than anything I've experienced so far. Kotomina called it a fuse on a time bomb. I'll ignite it once I take off the shroud. I don't know if I'll explode 1 minute later or 1 day later, but I'm certain that there's no putting out the flame once it's lit. My tongue is dry. I can't shake off the fear even though I know what's coming. I'm so nervous I want to scream. I wonder if I'll stay sane. I'm utterly terrified of myself. It's only natural that I'll die. My being here makes that a foregone conclusion. But if I'm gonna be killed anyways, then I want to keep on living as long as I can. So there's only one thing I'm afraid of. I hope that my mind won't break before my body does. Will I withstand the pain? Will I forget who I am, who Ilya is before the fight even starts? Will I even forget my vow to protect her? That's what I'm afraid of. More than anything else. That's why I've kept this sealed away. Oh wow, I didn't realize that. I thought he just was afraid of the pain and dying. But I knew that Shirou had the conviction to eventually pull that off. What I didn't realize was that he was afraid of losing himself to the point where he might basically kill the people close to him. But that actually makes complete sense. I told myself I'd never use this arm, even if my life was in danger. What's happened to Berserker could happen to me too. I might give in to the pain, lose my mind, and turn into something like that. I'll always be afraid of that as long as I have this left arm. It's the embodiment of the nightmares where I'm killed. And yet, if I know that, then why am I still here? Don't worry about that. As I think that, there's only one reason I'm still here. He wanted me to live until it was time to use this arm. He knew I'd need it, so he entrusted it to me. He said that I would judge myself. Ilya said that I've done nothing wrong. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I've done something wrong. It is to choose to save Sakura. Yeah. And yeah, that leads back. I didn't even think that it would lead up back to this moment, but when Archer said, like, yeah, you know what you're doing, you will be judged for this, and this is that moment. I'll redeem myself here. I betrayed myself and sacrificed so many lives, but there's something I still won't compromise on, and I'll keep living for it. I channel my strength into my red punishment. Will I live, or will I die? I take a deep breath, bracing myself for what's to come, and tear the shroud. Oh! In an instant, the world falls apart. Despair howls. The gust exceeded 100 meters per second. I'm being battered by a tempest that no person, no living thing could possibly survive. It isn't even wind anymore. The air pressure is a steel storm crushing my body. It smashes my eyeballs. It crushes me into a wall. I can't move a finger, much less lift my arms. My blood flows backwards. My mind is bleached clean. There's no pain. The concept of feeling and enduring pain is far too much. Ugh. I melt. I can't even cry out in defiance. I have nothing. No way to resist. I need to move forward, but I can't even lift a finger. I melt into the white. My body and mind crumble into senselessness. Forward. Why am I here? Still forward. What did I become like this for? Beyond. What am I fighting for? Go beyond. Go forward, past this wind. Oh, no more. That's like, I'm used to this pain already. I vanish. My mind held on even after my body had failed long ago, but now it disappears. I can't hold it together. I can't move no matter how hard I try. I can't hang on no matter how determined I am. Yeah, I guess this is one of the reasons why, like, Shirou was able to develop a mind of steel when he became, like, essentially the Archer version of him, because he needed a mind of steel in order to survive whatever this shit is. Now that he's kind of discarded it, he's like, no, yeah, this shit's brutal, man. I try focusing every fiber of my being into clenching my right hand. If I can do that, then I can plant my feet. If I can move any part of my body, I'll use that as a foothold to move forward. I can't move my fingers, much less make a fist. My left eye is pulverized. The howling wind punctures my eardrums. My consciousness and sight are fading. I miss it all. I can still see his back. I see an impossible vision. Oh, he's looking back at us. Yeah. Oh, it got quiet. Oh. He's standing. He's standing in the middle of this wind. He's trying to make it to the other side. Like it's the natural thing to do. He walks through the steel wind, scarlet cloak fluttering. I clench my jaw. I hear my teeth grinding. My right hand has been balled into a fist all this time. The Red Knight doesn't even look at me. He turns slightly, revealing a grim face. He doesn't care that I'm about to be swallowed by the wind. He foresaw this outcome. Shirou Emiya cannot defy this wind. He's known all along that there's no future for a man who betrays himself and clings to the wishes that he can't handle. His words are correct. Someday, I'll be judged for my accumulated debts. And yet, his back says... Oh man, that kind of gave me shivers, I'm not gonna lie. That was really well timed. With contempt. With faith. He's waiting for me to arrive. Oh, we got Emiya! He's like, I might be being completely obliterated mentally, physically, and everything, and I am losing myself, but there's one thing I won't admit to, and that's losing to you, you motherfucker! My vision burns. Heat bursts into my senseless body. I cut through the wind with my limbs, as if I'm swinging greatswords. You know, sometimes contempt could be a really good driver. With all my strength, I charge past his red back. We're back here. I step onto the earth. The wind has gone still. The dark giant is 30 meters away. He can reach me in less than 3 seconds. That's why I'll finish this in 3 seconds. All I need is 3 seconds. Oh man, this is pretty cool, CG. Wait, I thought he took off the shroud. Why does he have it? Well, did I misinterpret that? My mind is razor sharp. I know my own fighting strength. The projection of matter, leveraging principles of creation, fundamental points, structural materials, manufacturing techniques, host experience, and accumulated time. A reality marble that overlays the map of the world imprinted into my soul, onto the world. A manifestation of my mental world according to the Magecraft theory of the world egg. I don't remember what the world egg is actually. I inherited Archer's accumulated skill, experience, and physical strength. Correction. I failed to load his physique. I'll also die if Berserker slashes me. I cannot use his reality marble. Unlimited blade works. Damn it! Archer's inner world is different than mine. I can't recreate it. I'll have to make my own! All I can replicate are his noble phantasms he's recorded, and the things which Shirou Emiya has personally learned. If I decide to draw a noble phantasm from my left arm, I'll search Unlimited Blade Works for the most appropriate weapons for to my purposes, and replicate it. Be warned, however, projection is a double-edged sword. If I use it even once, I'm using it! I hold my breath and cram all of my magical energy into my left arm. Golden Finger! I just need to create a weapon I can use. I'm well aware of the risk. Further ahead, damn, look at his eyes creeping out. I'll go past this wind and strike myself down. All my circuits, finally, all of them! Begin projection. I stare at him. I take in every millimeter of his greatsword. He's like, I need, what weapon I knew? What weapon? Sorry. I'm like messing up because I'm like tired, but like, it's like, what weapon am I gonna use? I can't find it, my UBW, he just looks straight. Oh, it's that one right there. I spread my left hand and take hold of the imaginary weapon that has yet to appear. It's incredibly massive. Ooh, Shirou Emiya cannot handle this massive sword. But this left arm can replicate the enemy's monstrous strength. Oh ho! Why his right eye like has no pupil? Ah! Dang, that's cool. I love. Yeah, that's kind of busted. I kind of forgot about that. So now he's not just like copying weapons. Like he's able to copy a lot of Nova Phantasm weapons because of UBW. Now he's also copying experience. He's looking into. I guess this trace not only allows him to look at the structure of something, but the history of something. So now his body is trying to emulate Berserker's strength. So he's trying to use Berserker's strength against himself. Something breaks. A part of my chest shatters with a metallic sound. My skeleton buckles under the flow of magical energy. It's pathetic, like an apple peel. I'm beyond worrying. I got no time for that anymore. This arm will make up for my broken parts. I devote my undivided attention to killing my enemy. He's noticed. His bloodlust focused on me. The dark giant senses my magecraft as a hostile act, and his eyes move. They're like a black ominous stars. The giant roars a death cry and storms in to slaughter his enemies. Berserker. In his rage, the giant hasn't changed. He's still trapped in his battle with Saber. I guess that's technically right. The last time he despawned was due to being beat by Saber. Now he just spawned back in. Last thing he remembers, he's being beat by Saber. Blind, insane, and rotting, he dies a second death while fighting to protect Ilya. 1 second. The charging giant won't stop at one attack. Normal projections won't save me. My trace projections won't work on him. I can't defeat a giant unless I project something beyond my limits. So I... Trigger off. Load projection. I visualize 9 blows. I duck the first swing, activating all 27 latent magic circuits in my body. 2 seconds. He's in front of me. The giant, this great sword comes down. Dang, look at this. He's a fucking monster. Air pressure viciously whips me. I step in and meet the assault. My aim focuses on 8 vital points. Omni process projection complete. 9 lives blade works. Now I shoot 100 heads. I surpass his supersonic speed with godlike swiftness of my own. 9 strikes at the same time. Take that, Tsubame Gaishi. You only got 3. Oh, sorry, 8 strikes. He won't go down. Berserker's still standing, even after being ravaged by his own weapon. I love how Emiya is basically, I buffered 8 hits. And the moment it hits 3 seconds, boom! I take another step forward. My left hand holds a giant sword. I'm faster. Berserker's dying with 8/10 of his body. I can finish him off first. I lift the sword to chest height and drive it in like a spear. But I lost. My initiative doesn't matter. I used every last drop of the rule-breaking power I was given. I still lost. Berserker attack comes swinging down. It kicks up a tempest that buffets me. I twist my body, evading with all my might. I saw the attack coming. I can dodge this. Berserker Slash will only graze my temple. But even that would be lethal. He only needs to graze me by a few millimeters to kill me. Oh shit, that's how strong he is. A direct blow would be literally earth-shattering. A close shave by his sword tip would splatter my head like tofu. The great sword swoops in. My vision freezes the instant my head is about to be taken off. But his great sword, swung with menacing drive, halts with equally frightening abruptness. The executioner's axe stops short of my neck. The dark giant is looking at something in front of him, not at me. His mindless eyes are staring at the pale girl peeking out of the trench. Ugh. That was a Gabe Bulg animation, actually. I pierce him. I don't miss the opportunity to mercilessly drive my sword through Berserker's heart. He doesn't fight back. This time, the giant's remaining life crumbles to dust. In those final moments, his fading red eyes urge me to protect her. Damn. If I recall correctly, in the movies, all I remember is Shirou jumping off like a fucking mountain or something, and then he's like, he does the trigger off thing, and he basically loads a bunch of Berserkers, his myths and his legends, his experience into his mind, tries to find the right way to use it, the right experience to use. And this blow, I'm not gonna lie, I want to call like obvious like Deus Ex Machina BS, because there's no way that like something like this should be able to beat Berserker. But I remember looking this up before, because one of the reasons why Berserker is so freaking busted are his what was it called, like the 11 the thing that basically allows him to come back to life, like was it called 9 lives, 11 lives? I forgot. I think it was called 9 lives, or was that just the Blade Works? The thing that lets him like basically come back to life like 11 times. So that in combination with the thing called God Hand, which lets him become immune to whatever hits him, it is the reason why like he's so busted. So only someone that can like perfectly counter him, like, well, Gilgamesh, who has like near infinite number of noble phantasms that can take each alive, you know, that works. And also Saber, because Sabers apparently can take multiple lives at once. So having a human Shirou do that, it was always kind of like, dude, really? But when I looked it up, I think people were saying that when he got corrupted by the Grail and became that weird shadow thing, a lot of his like skills got disabled. So I don't know whether or not he actually has like the 11 lives, which probably significantly reduced due to, you know, being nuked by Saber. And also, if in that case, it's possible that he also already lost a majority of his lives because of Saber. So there's that. So that actually makes it look a little bit more feasible. But in addition, like, I don't know what rank the weapon that Berserker used is, like, the weapon, because the thing about Berserker is that he doesn't take damage from things that are less than A rank, if I recall. So but I'm pretty sure that like when you project something, it's supposed to be a rank lower, which is why Archer, in order to kill Berserker, you have to use broken phantasms and like literally blow up his creations, because that'll actually increase the rank back up to the original one. But in this case, he didn't use a broken phantasm. Like the thing didn't freaking blow up. So that's actually proof that God Hand is disabled in this case. So although I do have like some like, man, this is bullshit Deus Ex Machina stuff, there are explanations that make everything like technically possible. So yeah, that's why things are like that. But yeah, it just feels weird because Shirou Emiya was able to do this, but like Archer, who was supposed to be like, he's just borrowing a part of Archer, but even the full Archer wasn't able to beat Berserker. So obviously it's like the rule of thumb is whoever the writing will favor at that point will win. And at this point, even though I think it's bullshit, it was still really fucking cool. Especially with the Emiya track being played in the background. So like, rule of cool, I can let it pass. I don't think I ever really understand Nasu versus magic stuff anyways. So let's continue. I've talked on for a little bit too long. The battle only lasted a moment. It really was finished in the span of a single breath. With trembling lips, the boy told the girl that he was leaving. He took the red bindings in his hand and left her side, swallowing his fatigue and his worry. She came out of the ditch to stop him. For an instant, she watched his back shrink into the distance, unsure of what to say or if she should stop him, until she couldn't take it and came out after him. Less than 10 seconds had passed. That brief oh my god, I've been talking a little bit too much. That brief hesitation decided the outcome of the duel. She emerges from the trench. The battle was already over. Her giant protector looked at her as he disappeared. A breeze entered the clearing as if to announce the end of the fight. Look at him, Giga Chad Shirou here. I just fucking beat the strongest servant after the strongest servant, because in another ending I beat Gilgamesh. I beat the strongest servant. All she can see is the boy's back. The battle is over. The arm is no longer a heroic spirit's arm. The boy challenged Jeth with his own power and won. She keeps watch over him. From behind, it seems as if he'll never look at her again. When he turns around, says, "Hey, Emiya, I don't know how, but I won!" Freed from the holy shroud, the victorious boy looks so gallant. He won't show any more doubt. The moment he tore the shroud off and created that projection, he cast off all distractions. She watches him gloomily from behind. The boy has become someone else, something else. He has chosen a foolish but noble conclusion, and there is no going back. Yeah, that's so fucking cool, dude. Alright, so right now, we were past this part. So, part 1, part 2. 9-bullet revolver. I guess revolver does make sense. I remember in the anime he said like trigger off, and at the time when I was first watching it, I was like, all I remember was trace on. I don't remember the other cantations. I was like, what's trigger off? And I do, after playing the visual novel, I remember him mentioning different cantations for using his projection, his trace, stuff like that. But now actually having the image of a muzzle to your mouth and saying trigger, I'm just like, no, that makes a lot more sense now. I restart my frozen lungs. My left arm feels hot and my entire body aches. An electric eel coils its way through my body. I love how that sound is spelled. I can't possibly stand. Hurry! I need to hurry and wrap my arm in the shroud again. I'll hit the time limit unless I escape this pain. Oh, but I can't seal it back up quite yet. I can rest and put down this arm. Oh, fuck! Once I defeat her, I didn't realize that she was right here. I actually completely forgot.
Saber.
I face Saber. I swallow my pain and steel myself for another fight. So, actually, I kind of wonder. So, the strongest servant has changed like 3 times. First, we thought like maybe it was Saber, because the Saber class usually has the highest rate of winning the Holy Grail War. Then we thought it was Berserker, because his stats are really fucking busted. And overall, that's it. He's just fucking busted. And Saber was kind of nerfed in this route, or like in this Holy Grail War. And then we have Gilgamesh, the King of Heroes, who was like also really goddamn busted. But now that he lost to like not just one human, Emiya in UBW, he lost to another human in Sakura by having Sakura eat him. I know circumstances, but still. But now it's like, how strong, or how would Saber, who has been consumed by the Grail, so Saber Alter, fare against Gilgamesh? If we don't count like the shadow as part of Saber's kit, because it's not part of her kit, it's Sakura's kit. Saber, who is basically has, if Saber had an unlimited supply of magical energy, and let's say Gilgamesh did, who would win? That I actually don't know, because like I know they said like Enuma Elish is freaking busted, but Saber also has like her Excalibur, and at full power, it just destroyed Berserker. And I don't know. I'm actually genuinely curious. I might actually look this up later, though a lot of it will be just kind of like fan theories because there's nothing confirmed. But anyways, I face Saber. I swallow my pain and steel myself for another fight. Saber slowly approaches as if she's always intended to tag in for the defeated giant. She stops. She's 7 meters away, close enough for her to close the gap and strike in one breath. Who was it? Assassin said 7 meters is the perfect distance for throwing weapons, right? I face her head on. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I can't move after fighting Berserker. I won't be able to avoid being cut into two when Saber rushes me. That's not all. I wouldn't be able to beat her, even if I was at my best. No matter what I do, I can't project anything stronger than Saber's noble phantasm. Right, I think the one weakness for Berserker is that even though his stats are incredibly high, not even being able to be beat by something that is, what was it? Rank lower than rank A? He doesn't have anything that's above A+, if I recall. So we look at his stats, he has like A+, A for strength, A. But if we look at his like noble phantasm, so this is God Hand, I believe, and the 12 labors, which is the resurrection, and we don't have the ranks of both of these are B, and he also has this like giant ass weapon, which we'll have to look at the weapons list. I forgot what it is called, so I'll have to look at this on my own time. Oh dang, this is what Dane's Thief looks like. It looks real nasty. You know, I'm actually really surprised, but Berserker's axe sword isn't actually here. Yeah, huh. I thought it would be added to the weapon since we literally used it. So, this outcome is certain. The only person who could defeat Saber is someone with a notable phantasm rivaling hers. But that's a contradiction. In sheer offensive power, Saber has the ultimate noble phantasm. Well, there might be heroic spirits with stronger weapons than her sacred sword, but they're not in this Holy Grail war. Right now, only Saber's sword can defeat her. So it's a contradiction. In this situation, Saber is the strongest servant. The last time I saw Sakura, she had an inconceivable amount of magical energy. Even Sakura won't be able to defeat Saber. Unlike when I was her master, Saber now has an adequate energy source. She's effectively invincible.
無駄なことを。あなたではさくらは救えないと忠告した結果がそれか。
Hey, she's talking. Yay. Saber's voice is stone cold. That's the signal. She comes to cut me down without a shred of hesitation or mercy. So what? I can't let her kill me here. I can't lose, even if I'm fighting Saber. I might not be able to beat her, but I can at least take Ilya and get away.
だが幸運だな。自滅する者に関わっている場合ではなくなった。さくらが私を呼んでいる。
Oh, thank God. He's like, you're already taking damage over time. I'm not even gonna bother. Why nuke someone that's gonna die? Saber turns her back on me and starts heading deep into the forest.
いや、運ではなく、自らの手で勝ち取った成果か。あなたはバーサーカーを倒した。その決意がこの結果を引き寄せたのだから。
Saber leaves without turning back. I can't stop her. She's the enemy. Whatever her reasons, I can only be grateful that she let us go. I'm wounded from head to toe, and I can't afford to ask an enemy to stay. I bite back the pain and turn into the opposite direction as Saber fades into the distance. I need to take Ilya and leave this forest. Saber isn't our only enemy. We might have gotten away from Sakura in the shadow, but Zoken is still a threat as long as he's around. What about that? Ah! I know what's happening to my body. I know what will happen. I have 3 projections left. No, even 1 would be risky if I want to stay in one piece. I can't face Zoken and Assassin in this condition. There's no point if my body tears itself apart right after I win. I need to keep my promise to Tosaka and save myself for that final effort. I might not be able to fight anymore, but there's still hope.
Shirou.
I hear Ilya's voice.
ああ、今は少しでも早く森を出よう。
Yeah, I know you're a tiny little thing, but can you carry me this time?
セイバーの。いや、さくらの気が変わったら今度こそ逃げきれない。
I can't look at Ilya. My heartbeat drums a cacophony that's bounding around inside my skull. Honestly, still a very cool fight. Oh, interlude. Are we gonna get the last part of Kiri's fight? Because we never actually got a confirmation. And you know, you can't confirm kills, you know. Yeah, we are. Purification by holy word. The priest's exorcism dispersed Zoken Mato's spiritual body. Only 2 men are left in the clearing. Kira Kotomiya leans against the wall, bloodied and battered, his robe stained red. Assassin is pinned to a tree by black keys. Ah, so even though, yeah, he erased his spiritual self, and that's how he was able to live on, by transplanting his spirits into his bugs and then like going on. So now it seems like it is confirming that Zoken is actually just dead. Zoken is broken. Okay. He turns to face the voice. Assassin is gone. Only a bloodstain and the black keys remain embedded into the trees.
虫を触媒にしてこちらに干渉する霊体だと知っていた。故に肉体をちぎったところで効果はない。殺すのなら跡形もなく肉体をすりつぶすか。
So yeah, I just smited him pretty much.
貴様のように霊体そのものに攻撃するか。なるほど。人間にしては強いくくりでとどまっていた魔術師殿だが。So
once again, this does beg the question of what is Assassin gonna do now? His master's dead, but he's still technically alive. He's probably should be alive for like a few hours a day. I like these like natural enemy matchups because like they mentioned how, well, right now Kirei is Zoken's natural enemy, because he has the ability to purify Zoken's greatest asset. Sakura is Kirei's natural enemy. I personally don't understand why, but both of them understand that Kirei cannot beat Sakura. And Zoken is also Sakura's natural enemy because he's already implanted so many things to be able to control her, whether it's mental or physical. So they have this like weapon triangle. The priest doesn't answer. He checks his injuries. His bleeding has stopped. He lost his weapons, but he isn't critically wounded. A few minutes of rest should be enough to recover his strength.
それでどうするのだ、アサシン。お前のマスターは消えた。魔力提供がなくなったお前ならば、私の聖言でも十分に通用する。
だろうな。この体はじき消える。新しいマスターを得なければこの森に漂う浮遊霊と大差はないこの身は一日を待たず下級霊に落ちこの世から消えるだろう
そうだマスターのいないサーバントであらば私でも傷は与えられる
I'm kind of curious though, like it's clearly Kirei must have understood how Assassin's Noble Phantasm works. Oh wait, no. He might have gotten that information from Lancer, even though it was, you know, Lancer ended up losing the assassin. There's just some information that's able to be transferred. I don't understand how, because like the information from Saber didn't transfer to Shirou, but somehow Kirei found out about Assassin's Noble Phantasm because he had to have known to prepare like to know that he was also a perfect counter to that MP.
それでどうなのだ主の敵討ちをするかアサシン
それほど推挙ではない魔術師殿は満身によって敗北した
I didn't fuck him, it was him
私の落ち度とは思えんが合点のいかぬことがあるそれを聞かねば収まりがつかん
ザバーニーヤの不正
Yeah, I already talked about it, but like it's
シャイ
hilarious.
タンより譲り受けた腕と見たがザバーニーヤの名を冠する以上私に効き目はない
What? Your arm appears to be from a Shaitan, but with the name of a fallen angel, it's because he's part of the church?
それは人を罰する者ゆえ同種の存在を呪えるものではないすでに人のものではない私の心臓は呪いにはめっぽう強いのだ
Okay, it wasn't that he had no heart. His heart was made from the Holy Grail. And that's the reason why it's like, it is a bunch of curses. He's not gonna get cursed by something like this.
貴様の心臓はあの娘と同じだった貴様すでに汚染されていたな
Always has been. The priest doesn't answer. His lips only curl into a sardonic smile.
だとしてもなぜ知っていた？貴様の行動は私の腕が効かないと知っていなければできない。
Oh, it's answering my question. Cool.
貴様は初めから私に宝具を使わせるつもりでいたな。
そうだな。お前の腕は知っていたぞ、アサシ。対象の心臓と全く同じ偶像を作り、反響存在とすることで実像の心臓とすり替える呪いの腕。私のサーバットはその腕によって破れたのだ。
Yeah, that's actually really cool. I'm glad I was able to piece this together.
では、
ああ、見ていたとも。
Oh, that's
奴が
why.
生き絶える瞬間までな。
He saw it. Okay. I love how he sent Lancer out to scout, but he was scouting out his own servant.
知っていたのは当然だろう。ランサーを倒した時点でお前の失態は決まっていた。
That's so cool.
確かにこれは失態だ。
Assassin clicks his tongue with loathing. He dismisses his bloodlust. Disappointed, he leaves. The priest's response seems to have satisfied his curiosity.
次の契約者を探しに行ったか。
Servant data added. That's probably going to be for Assassin having... Oh, his new name. His true name. Hassan Isaba. We can actually look at stuff here. Anti-hero, leader of the Order of Assassins that has origins in the Middle East, also known as the Old Man of the Mountain. He is the legendary head of the sect from which the name Assassin was derived. Okay, let's see. The largest group in the Middle East became the Order of Assassins. Simply put, stricter fanatical doctrine. The person that radicalized them to the extent was the Old Man of the Mountain. Hassan Isaba, he blah blah blah. So, from what I understand, this is mainly for the greater Fate universe, but the Old Man of the Mountain is actually not him. The Old Man of the Mountain is someone very, very different, and he is extremely strong. Extremely strong. And however, there's never a confirmed identity for him, so there are many people who've taken his name, and this is one of them. And his no phantasm is Zabaniya. I wonder if it says it here, because the Old Man of the Mountain does show up in FGO, and man, he's so fucking cool. Let's see, in the main story of the Holy Grail War, assassin class servants are all summoned as an Old Man of the Mountain. Oh! Huh. Hassan Isaban is reborn every time one is replaced. Out of the dozens of party leaders, one is summoned to the present day as Hassan. The true appearance and names from before taking the name Hassan, from before becoming assassins, forever lost. Yeah, so it's saying this is not the real one. It's one of the many replacements that the Old Man of the Mountain has had. And I'll just say this: the assassin in a lot of people have just called this person Hassan, because there are going to be a lot of Hassans. And in Fate Zero, which is the fourth Holy Grail War, they also had a different Hassan. People often refer to this Hassan as Hassan of the Cursed Arm, because obviously Zabaniya is look at his arm. It's the Cursed Arm. I think the one in Fate Zero was the Hassan of the 100 Faces, and they basically had many different people that served as Hassans. There's also, as of the moment, I forgot her name, Hassan of Serenity, which is like a poison type one, and one of them which hasn't been released in the States yet as of right now was called Hassan of the Shining Star or Shooting Star in Fate Grand Order. So I'm not really sure. But yeah, there are many Hassans, but there's only one Giga Chad, Old Man of the Mountain Hassan. Yeah.
大方。次の雇用主は的を桜といったところだが。
Please let me live. The priest has no problem with that. As long as Zoken Mato doesn't kill Sakura, he doesn't care. Wait, Zoken Mato. I mean, yeah, that's true. I was like, wait, he's still alive? No. He's like, he fulfilled his goal. He's good. Zoken wishes for immortality. Obtaining Sakura's body will satisfy the desire. As long as the old man is alive, the curse gestating within the Holy Grail will never be born. It would be meaningless to have Sakura become an insect's vessel after she has grown this much. He needs to keep her being a master, because...
そう、お前には永遠にない。主は生まれながら 欠落しておる。
He feels slightly dizzy when he stands up. He must be exhausted. The priest leans against a wall and sleepily closes his eyes for a time. That's probably the— oh no, we still have more interlude. It happened 10 years ago. Flawed from the moment you were born, the man tried many things after he realized this truth. In his youth, he did not understand morals. I keep making that mistake. He did possess some common sense. He attempted to overcome this flaw, but it was not meant to be. His pain and struggle ended in failure. His last effort was a woman. It was a simple tale. Any human dreams of loving someone of the opposite sex, having a family, and dying a peaceful death. No one spurns that peace or fails to dream of it. He was no exception. Even if it didn't appeal to him at all, he decided it would be nice to have. And he loved a woman to obtain some measure of human-like happiness. He chose a woman with no future. She was ill with only years left to live. Did he choose her because of that, or because he had no other choice? Even now, he's not sure why. They spent about 2 years together. The man tried to love the woman. The woman did her best to love him back, and she gave him a child. But the outcome did not change. The man found happiness in his woman's suffering and his child's despair. The more he tried to love her, the more she suffered. To him, it was the only saving grace of their bond. Wow. Once again, Kiri is a very interesting character. He's someone just is like born extremely flawed, and he doesn't know how to handle it. Because honestly, I don't know if there is a way other than finding someone else that is flawed in a similar way. You can't really find happiness unless you cross some boundaries and you make trying to find your own happiness your own purpose, which is for Kiri just to constant torturing of people. And it's really tragic because like there are a lot of people in this world that they just don't feel or think the same way as others, and they don't really know what to do with it, because if they act on certain feelings that they have, it's not good, for lack of better words. So like Shakira is trying to find the answer to that, and I believe even now neither he nor do we really have an answer to that. The contradiction did not bother him. He's not even sure if he suffered, but the more the woman tried to soothe him, the more he found himself wanting to see her grief. She was a saint. She was frail, but he would have called her a saint. It need not be said how profound her faith was and how well she understood his rage. That is why he nearly despaired. He would never again meet someone who understood him so well and tried to heal him, but even this woman could not fill the void within him. So there was no need to question his life any longer. He was born flawed. Damn. He was trying to find someone who could say, I can fix him. And he found the best person, but he could not be fixed. His birth was a mistake. He concluded that if he was a mistake, then he should disappear. He went to part ways with the woman before his death. He married her as an experiment, so he was obligated to let her know that it was over. That woman loved Kotomine. Kotomine tried to love her too. That's all there was to it. The end came all too quickly. He told her, in a room surrounded by stone walls. The woman smiled on her deathbed. Her body, all skin and bones, could not even stand anymore. Then she smiled and ended her own life. He didn't try to stop her. There would have been no point in doing so. The woman had a terminal illness. She would have died sooner or later. He knew that when he chose her. As her consciousness faded, the blood-soaked woman looked up at the man and laughed. Oh, fuck me. Like, okay, I'm gonna spoil something. I'm gonna spoil Fate Samurai Remnant. And if you haven't played through that game or haven't seen it, I have a Let's Play of it. So it's on my channel, but I'm gonna spoil it. So one of the struggles that one of the characters goes there is that the character in Fate Samurai Remnant is actually the protagonist, Miyamoto Iori, because throughout the game, he's just kind of doing protagonist stuff. He's trying to make it through the war, the Holy Grail War, or the Waxing Moon Ritual, to make sure that his family's safe, to make sure his home is safe, and the people around him can live peacefully. But in one ending, you kind of see it in all the endings except for one. it always ends with saying his blade is not satiated or something like that, or his blade hungers for more. And you realize what makes Iori happy is violence. Not necessarily just violence, but combat. And he's living in an era where like samurais are becoming less becoming obsolete. It's kind of phasing out, and this dispute that came from the Holy Grail War, the violence and the combat that came with it, actually made him really, really happy. And he just wanted to basically fight until he died a warrior's death. And it wasn't until one specific ending where he was like, yeah, I have this grail, but I'm not going to use it because people are going to keep looking for it, and they're going to keep coming to me for it, trying to kill me to get this. So that means I can keep fighting more people until I die a warrior's death. And he is like, I know this is wrong. I should just end this right now for the peace of my family, for the happiness of the people around me. But I just really feel nothing from that, because the only thing I can really feel satisfaction from is dying a warrior's death. And it's kind of like here where Kirei feels the same way, but it's not about violence or combat or conflict, though he does love conflict. He takes pleasure in despair and inflicting despair upon people, but that is such like a terrible thing to do, and he's trying his best to become normal, to love instead of despair, but he just can't do it. And he's tried so hard, and right now it's, I don't know, seeing like someone being able to make a crack in his like in this personality, not in the personality, in his character, it's honestly kind of heartwarming. But it's really cool to see like the similarities between this, because I noticed it when I was playing Fate Samurai Remnant, but I never really got that close of a analysis of Kirei, since I've seen him in like the Fate animes, as well as, well, yeah, the Fate animes, Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, Fate Stay Night UBW, and Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel, but never do they really go this deep into his psyche, and it's just really cool. Oh, never mind, I was wrong. Of course, he didn't shed a single tear. He only looked that way to her. With her death, the woman proved to him that he could love someone, and that his life was worth living. He left the room without saying another word, and abandoned the Lord's teaching. I feel like that is still a way of loving her, to show that he is willing to put up an act to make her death a better one, to make her believe that she made him feel something. So it's weird. It's really weird. Yes, he did think it was sad, but not because she died. In that moment, he thought,
なんということだ。どうせ死ぬのなら私が手を下したかった。
damn, what the fit? He did not mourn her death, but lamented the fact that he couldn't enjoy it. It happened a long time ago. He can't remember her face anymore, never mind her voice. Why, you just remembered her voice, otherwise we wouldn't have had it. But sometimes he thinks,
私が手を下したかった。
would that have brought him joy? Or was it because he loved her that he was sorry he couldn't kill her? He would sever that train of thought whenever he found himself dwelling on it. That question should be left to eternity. That woman's death was meaningless, because her devotion failed to change him. But he did not want it to be worthless. He would never try to answer that question. So it did change him in a way. It didn't change him in the way she wanted, but it changed him into basically considering this for all eternity. It had been a long, long time ago. It was a memory of a man nourished by misfortune of others, who found fulfillment in the world's corruption. After that, the man met his arch nemesis, Shirou Emiya, a mage who chose to invalidate everything the man might have wanted for himself. Oh man. The priest opens his eyes. It seemed he was asleep for a while. After confirming that his strength had returned, he began to catch up to Shirou Emiya.
いいえ、どこにも行けない。
Shit, man. It's like, alright, I took a nap, alright. I hope I don't run into this one person I can't beat. Oh,
だって、あなたはここで死ぬんだもの。
A girl blocks his path. Oh! She has completely changed. So, this is the Sakura I remember seeing. I remember, like, So after watching Fate Stay Night and Fate Unlimited Blade Works like 15 years ago or some shit, I was really confused because I was like, Sakura's... I learned that there was a third route, Heaven's Feel, and I remember looking up stuff about it. I'm like, why does Sakura have white hair? Like, why does she have this like black and red dress or whatever outfit you want to call this? And it just made no sense to me. It didn't make any sense to me until I actually looked up stuff about Heaven's Feel, and honestly I forgot most of it until I saw the movie again. I decided to keep myself like not as spoiled, and when I watched the movie I was like, oh, that's what's happening. She's basically being altered by the Holy Grail. And yeah, now we get to finally see white-haired Holy Grail corrupted Sakura. She's clothed within her own shadow. Right! That outfit she has is the shadow that's been following her. They've basically merged. Her dark magical energy cloaks her like a part of her own body. The sheer amount of her magical energy and her existence are no longer that of a human's. Her spiritual caliber has now reached the level of a pure heroic spirit, a counter guardian.
完全に汚染されたな、的をさくら。体だけではない。精神まであの呪いに同調しなければ、そこまでの変貌はない。認めたな。自分が怪物なのだと。開き直ったというわけだ。
The priest denounces her, even though he wished for it. He's like, this is what I wanted. Still piece of shit, but this is what I wanted. He scolds her for becoming drunk on her own power.
そう。自分の力に酔うのはいけませんか。けど、きっと仕方のないことなんですよ。これ、もっとみんなが優しかったら。私だってもう少しぐらい我慢したと思うんです。
Shirou's trying real hard, you know.
ほう。我慢とは何をかな。
自分をですよ、神父さん。
Oh, my worst enemy is me.
こうなってやっと認められました。私を捨てた遠坂の家。私とは何もかも違う。何不自由なく生きてきた姉さん。怖いおじいさまとかわいそうな兄さん。私の痛みも知らず平穏に過ごす街並み。
What about Shirou?
今はすごく許せないです。
The intrusive thoughts, they've completely taken over
こ
her.
れが八つ当たりだって理解しています。けど悪いことだって分かっていても思ってしまうんです。そう、今まで私を助けてくれなかったすべてに私を思い知らせてあげたらどんな顔するのかって。
The girl smiles in grim delight. The priest is unaffected. He looks at the girl like something dirty.
変わったな、的をさくら。なるほど。その闇も適合するための素質だったというわけか。
ええ、変わりました。私は今までの的をさくらじゃない。あんな弱い子はもういないの。そう、今までみんな私を苦しめてきたんだもの。その仕返しに私がみんなを苦しめてあげるだけ。ただ耐えているだけの私はとっくに消えたわ。
She giggles. Multiple personalities. Sakura Mato is gone, replaced by a separate personality that was sleeping within. It's only explanation for her wildly different, charming attitude. But
何を言う。隠す必要などないぞ、的をさくら。
oh, the priest denies her with the blunt end. She's like, "What are you talking about, you Mr. Priest?"
何を。
隠す必要などないと言った。お前は別人格などではない。泥に飲まれ暴力に酔うお前もまた的をさくらだ。異なる人格を用意し的をさくらは悪くないなどと言い訳をする必要はない。
Damn. He's like, don't pretend this isn't you, or like it's someone separate. This is still you. We know, we know. The girl's face stiffens. I mean, by doing this, he kind of proves her point. Is it true? The blackened girl grits her teeth and glares back at the priest.
何よ。あなたが私をこうしたくせに。
Her shadow wreathes in concert with her loathing. They erode everything around her like a blaze. The speed with which her shadows cover the ground is nothing like before.
否定はせん。私がお前を生かしたのはあれのマスターを続けさせるためだ。その期待に応え、お前は見事アベンジャーを誕生させようとしている。私ではできなかったことをお前は難なくやってのけたの。
難なくなんかじゃない。私がどれだけ苦しかったのか、今もどれだけ苦しいのか知りもしないで。
知らんし知る必要もない。小娘の恨み事を聞くほど酔狂ではないのでな。
そうですね。私も知ってほしいなんて思わない。そんな簡単に同情なんてされてやらない。私はこれから一方的に思い知らせる立場なんですから。
A cruel smile plays across her lips. The priest doesn't hesitate to retreat. He moves with the same swiftness that caught Zolk and Mato in midair. He only takes one bound away. The girl is an amateur despite her enormous magical power. He can easily get away from someone who lacks experience in both combat and magecraft. Sounds like he's about to get caught right away.
バカな人。
Yep.
逃げられると思うの。私から。
She snickers. Instantly, the priest goes limp and tumbles to the ground. What fuck? He tumbles down. Kirei Kotomine crumples, spewing something red from his mouth. It doesn't stop. He keeps vomiting blood, and each time he tries to fill his lungs with air, he coughs more blood.
どうですか？心臓をわしづかみにされた感想は。どこにいようと。 あなたの命は私の手の上なんですよ。
Oh, it's like, man, someone tried to grab my heart before. So I realized it's wrong before, but like, yeah. So the reason I already explained it. Kiri does have a heart, but just made of Holy Grail that's resistant to curses. But now she's made of Holy Grail. She doesn't need a curse to get his heart.
神父さん、あなたはもう10年前に死んでいた。 エミやキリズクに心臓を撃ち抜かれて死んだんです。それでも生きてこれた理由はただ一つ。あなたは誰だったかな。この前食べたサーバントさんなんですけど。
Mr. Blondie Foreigner dude?
名前なんていいですよね。あの金色の人が聖杯の中身を浴びて。 まずあれとつながった。けどあの人は汚染できなくて、あれはマスターであるあなたに流れていったんですよね。
He couldn't be corrupted because he was just so arrogant.
そうしてあなたは蘇生した。アベンジャー、アンリマユから魔力を供給されることで一命を取り留めたんです。
そうか。では
Ah, so that's what happened. I see.
はい。あなたはアンリマユとつながっている。けど、アンリマユはもう私でしょ。だから、潰してあげたんです。今まであなたを生かしていた、かりそめの心臓を壊しました。
Counter! Perfect counter! Assassin couldn't grab Kiri's heart. And now Sakura can completely grab Kiri's heart.
お望みなら中身を全部潰してあげましょうか。私の手はあなたがどこにいようとその中身を引きずり出せるんですから。
The girl raises a hand. Her gracious offer isn't sincere at all. She has no intention of letting the priest leave alive. She'll just laugh and kill him if he begs for his life. She'll take back the temporary life that sustained him. After all, it belongs to her. Even if the amount of magical energy he has is equivalent to a speck of dust in the corner of her bedroom, she doesn't need to let him have it.
さよなら。 私を生かしてくれたことだけは感謝しますね。神父さん。
Well, bro did die for this, yeah. The girl's lovely fingers curl around the invisible doll. Ah, there's a squeezing noise. The priest is on the ground. The priest on the ground is wrung out like a rag. Just one more twist. In less than a second, the priest will die completely. But just before that... Oh, not dead yet. The girl crumples to her knees. She's savaged by nausea and discomfort. Okay, I thought it said salvaged, which would mean something else, actually. She claws at the blackened ground as if pleading for help. The shadows expand. Something must have happened. The black robe covering her body suddenly blooms before returning to its original state. Size. It's like, part of me just died. The berserker part of me. What the fuck? How did he? He's a human. But I thought I'm stuttering now. I don't know why. I thought Kirei like slept for a long time. How? So Kirei and Shirou split off. Shirou was chased by berserker for like a few minutes before, you know, beating him. Kirei was fending off assassin for a few minutes, landed here, beat assassin, killed Zouken, talked to assassin, and then took a nap. That should have taken a lot more time than Shirou beating berserker. But berserker didn't die until just now, it seems. That's real weird. Ah, well, some things are a free action, I guess. There can't be any other reason. Berserker was defeated. With his death, the pure magical energy of his soul flowed into the girl, the Holy Grail. Oh, that's why. I thought part of her died, but she's like, no, I just sucked something I didn't expect to suck. Her mind twists. Sakura Mato's personality is pushed further to the edge. There shouldn't be any more room, but a massive soul has just pressed her against the wall. She'll disappear. She'll be gone for good. At this rate, Sakura Mato will disappear. She remembers she meant to kill the priest and looks up. She curses herself for being too slow to follow through. God damn it, Shirou. Because you killed Berserker, I couldn't kill the priest. You know, Saber said the same thing to Shirou. The ruins are empty now. All that remains on the spot where Kirei Kotomine had been lying is his bloodied vestments. Ah, that should be the end of the interlude. Ooh, cool. So, basically, against Zouken versus Shirou and Kirei, Zouken's team, complete loss. Alright. So right now, whoa, we got that. We'll look at that later, but we did all the way here to here. And had honestly two really epic battles. One was a 3-second battle with Berserker, and one was the battle with Assassin. So honestly, that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But we're finally done with this forest section, or we reached the forest exit. We're not quite out there yet. We'll get out there in the next line. But I'm gonna stop here for today, and we'll continue on with finding out what else will happen in this Heaven's Feel route next time. Until then, I will be seeing you. See ya.